Welcome to On the Beat, everyone. I'm Troy Thompson. Joining me today is a wonderful man who's going to sit down and help you and guide us through this next 4.5 minutes. Andrew Levine, welcome to the show, my friend.
Thanks, sir.
I want to talk a little bit about the community counselling services and in particular, the benefits of individual therapy. I love this because I'm a firm believer that everyone should have therapy.
Sure, of course.
Let's talk a little bit about how does one access the therapy services over there at community counselling services?
What we like to encourage people to be able to do is first thing would be to call one of the offices based on the county that somebody lives in. We have offices in 7 different counties. But also what is a nice option as well is, let's say if somebody goes to their physician, their family doctor, and if they are having other concerns going on, the doctor will also link us up with that client in particular.
What type of therapy services do you actually offer?
So we have the option to do individual therapy, right, which would just be one-on-one with the therapist and the client. But what I also really advocate for as well is family therapy. Because oftentimes, based on what somebody has going on, there are problems within their close relationships with a spouse, even maybe a roommate, for instance. We also offer groups as well, which can be incredibly beneficial to people.
So let's talk a little bit about how many sessions are available to me throughout the year. Are they weekly, monthly, bi-weekly?
Sure. So a lot of times what we like to do is provide what's called client-centered services, where we want to get the client's input as well regarding how often they feel like they like to come. Generally speaking, when therapy first starts, I like to meet with people once a week, and then that'll start to taper off. But of course, if somebody requests weekly and then they would like to do that on a regular basis, that's completely fine with me too. I just want to make sure that people's needs are met.
I totally agree with you there, Andrew. I want to talk a little bit about how long are the actual sessions?
On average, an individual therapy session is 45 minutes.
Right.
But there is also the option with community counseling for someone to come for 30 minutes, which is a little bit more of just a check-in, where you're not really getting into very, very heavy material, but kind of like think of like a mental health checkup almost.
It's funny you just said a mental health checkup. I went to therapy for years and years, and I have to tell you, it was more about me just discussing things that I really felt I couldn't discuss with other people. And I felt like it was a trusted environment. Why is there such a stigma about people going to therapy?
Sure. I think for a lot of people, there's a certain word they're trying to avoid, which is what I like to call the C word. It's crazy.
Oh, okay.
There's been a perception that if you go to therapy, oh, well, then, you're a lunatic, you're out of your mind, you need to be put in a mental institution. But of course, what I appreciate is that as society has changed and people are more understanding of mental health services, it's become more normalized. You'll hear people speak more often about, oh, I need to go see my therapist, and it's not as stigmatized, which I really do appreciate.
I love it, Andrew. Andrew, I could sit here and talk all day about therapy because I'm a true believer in it. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Find out more information about Andrew and everything that the community counselling services do, especially when it comes to the benefits of individual therapy. That's all the information up on the screen for you. We'll be back after this short break.